if you guys have the same toes, but he's showing me his toes.
We would sit on the coffee table, and I have two toes that are kind of joined together, kind of funky. He has that same thing on his toes, but we would sit there with our toes. And it's like, no, it's inherited. I'm so sorry.
I am so excited today to share with you Hanne, who I have the pleasure and the honor of knowing personally. And I know that as we move through her story today, you are going to be able to fill with such depth, love, compassion, the road that she has been on, and really be able to see where she was able to find the light on this journey. So, welcome, Hanne. Thank you for joining me today.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for having me.
If you don't mind, would you start by telling us about your beautiful son? Tell us a little bit of background and kind of lead us through the journey that you and him actually still currently share.
So, my son, an amazing, amazing young man, very bright, very talented, very, very loving, very caring. He was and is probably one of my greatest teachers. Back in 2011, he was diagnosed with a very rare cancer. He was diagnosed with alveolar rhabdomyosarcoma. When we found out, it was a surprise. He didn't really have any symptoms per se to start. We went into the hospital just because he started struggling to breathe. So the alveolar means that it was all surrounding his lung area. And what ended up happening was that his lungs developed fluid in them on one whole side. They call it a whiteout. So we went into the hospital. We went in on a Wednesday. They did the biopsy on Thursday. Friday, they tell me he has cancer. We're starting chemo on Monday. So it was a shock for both of us, a very surreal moment. So we ended up talking with the doctor, finding out what this is, did a lot of little research as much as we could. I didn't leave the hospital, wasn't going to leave him in the hospital by himself. And what ended up happening was that every time that I found something that might work, the doctor would corner me and say, well, that won't work because of this, and that hasn't been FDA approved, and that, people say that works, but it doesn't, and I can show you test upon test. So every time that I thought I found something that we could do instead of chemo, he came and he just, every time I turned around, he was right there. My confidence and the whole thing, I questioned everything I knew. I questioned everything that I learned. Mikhail, he was comfortable. He was on pain medicine, so he was okay. The doctor, every time that I came up with something, he kind of sat there and said, no, I don't think that's going to work. We started a GoFundMe page. We were going to go down to Mexico because they have the Garrison Therapy Institute down there. Then what ended up happening was my family came to visit, and my family decided to go and talk to the doctor because every time they came, they wanted to know, why aren't we doing chemo yet? And I says, well, we haven't figured out when or what kind. So my mom got very frustrated. So my sister came one day, and then what ended up happening was I saw her and the doctor go around the corner. And then the next morning, I get a call from Child Protective Services. So what ended up coming out was that the doctor was threatened by me because I was questioning him every step of the way. I was not gung-ho to sign any paperwork saying that I'm okay doing chemo and starting that whole routine. Ended up finding out that there was another doctor there. So I talked to him. He gave me the roadmap. He told me when we're doing all the chemo and what medications were in it, what it does, what the side effects were. The first doctor never did this. Mm-hmm. So talked to him, signed the consent form, provided that he would be the one treating my son. Next day, here comes the Child Protective Services. They took temporary custody of my son. So 5 weeks of court battle. And every time that I went in there, it's the same thing, all the same people from the hospital. They were all kind of surrounding us. And meanwhile, my son is at my mom's house, and my mom and I never got along really well anyhow. So now I have to go over there. I'm not allowed to spend the night. I'm not supposed to be there unaccompanied. I'm going, oh, lovely. Every day my energy was being taken down. Every day I was being knocked out, knocked down. And then I went and got gas one day, and I heard loud and clear, you know what to do. I'm thinking, well, yeah, no, not really. I don't. So a couple minutes later, and then all of a sudden I got a visualization. I got a picture of all the colors in the rainbow. And then I remembered when I did my pranic therapy to learn to work with the colors. And so the next day, what I did was I went into the courtroom and I surrounded everybody in a ribbon of pink. Next morning, I go in, judge dismisses the whole thing, said it should have never come in front of him. So that all got released. My son came back. We switched hospitals, went down to a different hospital, much, much better place for him. Then we continued the chemo journey because once you start, you really can't stop. Mm-hmm. But we did all the alternative stuff in addition to as much as we could. My son was my strength through this whole thing. When he wasn't feeling good, he would crack a joke, or he was a powerhouse.
He is a powerhouse.
He is. Yeah. So what I started to do was we started doing acupuncture. We started doing some energy work with him, on him. And I think that he probably was with me a little bit longer. Mm-hmm. What I did learn during the interim while we were going through all this, we did a past life regression with a friend. And what I found out was quite interesting. I found out that the doctor that we had, I had a past life with him. Mm-hmm. And Mikael we were in Egypt, and he was one of the pharaohs. And I was the medicine man as well as his doctor. I did the herbs. He did mainstream stuff. Mm-hmm. So when Mikael got sick back in that lifetime, I went to go get some herbs, and this doctor gave him some medicine that we did not agree upon, and that took his life. So what I have learned through this is that my son and I have had many lifetimes together, and each lifetime, one of us, if not both of us, end up leaving. And it's usually me that gets stuck here. Mm-hmm. And it's always a matter of learning to be strong and to stay. So after Mikael graduated, he starts to come to me. He starts to show up. He starts giving me signs left and right. So now when I go and work, he is right there with me, mm-hmm. kind of helping everything.
And I would just like to say, I've had you work on me, and there is no doubt he is standing right by your side.
Yes. He still works with me. I still feel him. Mm-hmm. When I'm having issues or when I'm having questions, here comes a yellow butterfly, or here comes the rainbows, double rainbows, or my dog would just go nuts and start loving up on me. So I always, if I can't hear him or see him, I know he's there because he gives me other messages along the way.
Absolutely. How did you find the light in this process? Was this by connecting with him with where he is now, but still having that communication available?
Yes. Having people like you bring him to me has absolutely, it made everything stronger for me. It made me know that I'm not nuts. Mm-hmm. And it gives me a purpose. So now, instead of just trying to survive, now I am trying to make a difference. Yeah. So I can help more people. And when I help people that have cancer, I have that knowledge now. Mm-hmm. I know how some of the doctors can be, so I can help them navigate the craziness of the medical field. He made me stronger.
Absolutely. And if it's okay, I would like to share a message with you from him because I can feel him so strongly beside you right now.
Yes.
And I really want to say to you from him, he takes it as an honor to be able to share these lifetimes with you and to be able to stand beside you, because even though he's coming in as your son right now, his energy comes in very peer like I feel like he's a peer. He's got the same energy status, if that makes sense. He's showing me the month of June and he's saying, hug my mom tight, hug my mom tight. So I want to connect that to you with June. He's going to be hugging you tight. And he's also showing me the number 8. So that's going to be in connection to the 8th of a month or the month of August, something around those that is important with him also. And he says to me, though, he says, I'm so blessed because my mom hears me and my mom feels me. And so he's wanting to really acknowledge the telepathic connection and communication that you two are actively working on. And I want to just comment on a moment with the beautiful energy of his soul. What a beautiful old soul he is. He truly feels like an angel. Like when I feel him, he feels like an angel. And I'm going to share with everyone that when we started, I was like, oh, I'll give you an angel message. And I'm like, oh, well, we know who the angel is going to be. He just comes in with the light of the sun is what I will tell you about him. And so I'm not surprised if you see yellow butterflies and the yellow connection, because he truly feels so radiant like a sun. But there's so much here and we could go on for hours, but the really important thing for you to know is that he's validating the telepathic connection, the communication, and that you literally feel him standing by your side at times because his energy is so strong. He's actually making me a little bit hot right now. So those hot flashes or heat waves, I think I want to connect those to him too.
Yes, yeah. He crossed over June 15th. His birthday is in August. With the heat, yeah, yes, all the time. And yellow is our color. My bedroom walls were painted yellow, so that's yellow's always been our thing.
And that is so his energy, like the sun. So it makes sense to me. And thank you for sharing that and that validation. But I mean, just so importantly for you to know that as you're moving through those days of grief or trauma or joy and purpose, right? It's such a mixed bag. There is no doubt in my mind that your beautiful son, Michaela, is with you every single step of the way. And he's so cute. And he's like an every inch in between, right? So he's like, not just every step of the way, Mom, every inch in between.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely he is.
One of the things that he's telling me, and I'm going to guess that you've probably heard this before because he makes me feel like you have, that this is the completion of the cycle between the two of you, of one of you staying and one of you going, as far as in this traumatic fashion, because he's telling me this is completion. And so I'm going to guess you've heard that from another psychic or medium before, but he's wanting me to give you that message to validate what you've already heard so that you're hearing it again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, he's so cute. He's like, well, that's a wrap. But I feel like that's a wrap on this type of timeline or this type of challenge. Without a doubt, he is going to continue to connect with you in a million ways. He shows me a lot of angel numbers, so I want to share that with you. I know you're getting the 222s or the whatever 333s and all of these from him too, but it would be really hard to list everything that he gives you because I feel like he gives you every sign and then some. But he says the most important part is that you feel his hand like on your heart or on your life as you're moving through this journey, and that you truly know he walks beside you every step of the way. I don't know if you guys have the same toes, but he's showing me his toes. So I wonder if you even have like the same, or if you have a picture of like your feet in the sand or something like that, but he's showing me his toes.
So when he wasn't feeling good, we would sit on the coffee table, and I have two toes that are kind of joined together, kind of funky. It just is. He
Mhm.
has that same thing on his toes, but we would sit there with our toes. And it's like, "No, it's inherited. I'm so sorry."
Oh my gosh. But I love that so much because that's just him showing me something that there's no way I would know. But
There's
he knows you know. Because I'm like, what is going on with the toes?
Oh, that's awesome. That is so funny.
It
That
is so sweet. And I want to just thank you and I want to honor your bravery for sharing your story with everyone because I know that it really is going to help so many people going through their challenges in this life. But one of the best parts about this is getting to connect with him on the other side and feel how alive and vibrant and connected he still is. And I know that you get to feel that regularly, but it's an honor and a pleasure for me to get to connect with him too.
well, I'm happy. It makes me happy that you get to experience him like I do.
Yeah, the toes. I'm never going to forget the toes. Next time I see you, I'm going to be like, let me see those toes.
Oh, absolutely not. That's one thing we don't never show our toes.
Oh my gosh. As we wrap up today, and again, thank you so much for coming and sharing and opening your heart. Can you just kind of speak a little bit to living with both grief and purpose and happiness and sadness and how you navigate that on a daily journey?
Oh, one breath at a time, one moment at a time. It is through the grief and through the heartache that pushes me forward to make the difference because I want to honor my child. I want to honor Mikkel. So therefore I want to help somebody else. And that helps to make the grief okay because I can help more people with what I have gone through because of the compassion, because I've been there
Yeah.
and I am now able to share my knowledge with quite a few people, I'm hoping. I don't think that anyone that has lost somebody doesn't come out the other side a whole different person. I think that losing someone, whether it is a child or a parent or a loved one, it changes you.
Yeah.
One way or another, it changes you. And it's what you do with that change that will make you. How are you going to move forward? What is the legacy? How are you going to honor your loved one?
Mm-hmm.
So I hope I'm doing good for Mikhail, and I hope I'm making him proud.
You're doing amazing. You're beyond amazing. He just said, as you were saying that, um, he's your guiding light so that you can be a guiding light for others. And there again is that beautiful light of him and that beautiful, I'm seeing like that brilliant yellow color, right? But he will continue to guide you as you learn and you help and you guide others on their journeys, which will also be very individual. But yeah, he's so cute. He's like, you're stuck with me, Mom.
I'm over that.
Yeah, so you're stuck with him, Mom. But oh my goodness, Hannah, thank you so much. This is going to help so many people. Your heart, your love, your courage, your humility. You are truly amazing, and your son is absolutely amazing too. So thank you for sharing this, and thank you for letting me be a part of this.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Have a beautiful evening.
Oh, darling, you as well. You as well. Thank you.